Whether you want to admit, oh, okay, yes, I am an imposter in this, and I might be going through something, or I don't trust something, or I wear it for this purposes. And that's fine. But you have less chances of it coming to that point when you have someone to talk to. And I always stress that. But before you can talk to a person, talk to yourself. Find out what are you hiding, and why are you hiding it, and find out the root of it. And when you find out the root of it, then deal with it and say, okay, this is really me. I've been in denial. I've been putting on a mask. This is really me. And then when it's really you, be that. And be comfortable in being that. Everyone's uniquely made. And so, you need to walk in your uniqueness. You don't have to walk around being insecure and overemphasizing a certain area of your life to hide who you really are. One of our greatest fears as a human is showing who we really are. I am sensitive. I am very loving. I am very compassionate. I love giving. I cry. These are very real responses and real things people do. And yet our greatest fear is showing who we really are because of social acceptance. Justin Bieber came out with a statement a couple of weeks ago of how celebs go through stuff that any other person does. And he got ridiculed for that. But I admired that because at the end of the day, people identify with real. And when you take off the mask and say, hey, I go through stuff, the same things that you go through, that's when life really started existing. Because we sometimes put on these personas in society behind the camera, over the mic, and we act like we got it all together. And through those made-up personas, people form jealousy, envy, strife. But little do they know, it's just a persona. It's not really us. So no mask. Show. Be vulnerable. Show who you really are. Show that you don't got it all together. I remember someone had confessed they had a jealousy towards me because I was a social bug and I was all over the place and I had friends and I had male admirers and they was just jealous because it looked like I had it all together. And it broke my heart because that was a persona that they had made up of me. It wasn't me, because if you sat down and talked to me long enough, I would share, look, I'm broken and in need of God just like anybody else. I pray probably more than the average person. I can't stop being a social bug, that's me. I can't stop being caring and loving towards people, that's me. That's how I'm wired. That's why I'm in the field of life coaching, because I love and I thrive off of making sure everybody lives more fulfilling lives. I can't stop that. Do I got a frail side of me? Sure. Do I got a sensitive side of me? Sure. No mask. So sometimes it's not the person put on the mask or the persona, it's individuals that's standing back looking. And all they have to do is dwell with people, have a conversation, Find out what makes them tick and what's going on. And 20 times out of 20, you might be way off. It's just something that you put on them. That's not even them. No mask. Socially connecting with people in such a way that they show who they really are. And providing a more conducive environment that they feel warm enough to show who they really are. A hen sits on an egg, and that egg doesn't hatch until it gets time enough and it's in a warm environment. And so you hatching out of who you really are and showing people that environment gotta be warm. People have to feel like they can really be themselves around you. And vice versa. You want the same around you. So social connections is very key. In order for a no-mask society to go on, we have to start moving in the direction of connecting, fostering warm and loving relationships, really connecting with people. If it's with our children, this roadblock is up, and this child is always acting angry. But in reality, they angry. They walking around angry, but in reality, they hurt. And you got to get to the root of hurt. You got to make the environment more conducive for them to take off their mask of anger and show their pain. So no mask. I want to encourage everyone to do a no mask day and see how it feels. Whether it's just with yourself or with a very close significant other or best friend or loved one, where you can actually be yourself and see how it goes. It might feel uncomfortable because we used to building up these personas to give people an impression. But allow yourself to experience a no man's day or a no man's moment and see the fruit of it, how fruitful it is, how beneficial it is to socially connecting. Let's go into this weekend and wear no mask. This concludes this episode of ER, Emotional Response.